Yes, right.
What have you learnt from your audience feedback?
Audience feedback. Okay. In order to get good feedback, we used a website called SurveyMonkey where we designed 10 simple questions to be answered by our viewers to help us understand what they liked and didn't like. To begin with, we asked the audience how old were they, how old were they, and what gender. The first question gave a 60 to 40 male to female ratio, meaning the answers may lead to a male favorited film. The second answer was that 86% of our audience were from the 13 to 17 age range. Therefore, we implemented these pieces of information with our clips as we made them more youth-relatable with the simple English and less technological implementation. For example, for our gym scene, we had an initial idea of there being a technical, sophisticated way of entry to access the gym through a laser eye. However, we decided to scrap this idea and stick to a far simple, less time-consuming 4x4 pin in order to access the gym. Next, the following 8 questions were directing the trailer itself and helping us understand what should be included from the mise-en-scène to the dialogue of the 2 main characters. For example, we asked if we should include humour parts, where we seemed to get a mostly negative feedback from 53% of our audience, which meant a complete scrap of the idea, and we decided to keep to a more traditional James Bond action as opposed to Johnny English action. Similarly, the next question was on the topic of how much action clips we should have included. The answers reflected the audience likeness of action clips, as 66% agreed that there should be a large amount of action scenes. This heavily impacted our film as we decided we had a look at professional films such as Mission Impossible, Kingsman and The Bourne Ultimate, and helped us to decide on how much action scenes we should have approximately in terms of timing. After this research, we realized that our film trailer did not actually have enough action clips, and therefore we decided to add more. The next question helped us with props, as 60% of our audience only wanted the main character, Adam, to have a gun, which meant we had to incorporate it, but we also needed a significant weapon for the villain, which we decided should be the black spiked bat. Also, the next 4 questions were specific to the 2 main characters and helped us understand what type of people the main character should be. For example, question 7's answers meant that the villain would have a small amount of speech. Question 8 showed us that 66% of people wanted there to be a confrontation between the antagonist and the protagonist, which was exactly what we implemented. Lastly, question 9 and 10 was specific to the main characters also, but specifically the personalities, and helped us conclude what the 2 characters should be like, with 50% deciding that the antagonist should be scary and 30% deciding he should be serious. We decided to merge the 2 together, and which meant a huge amount of support for a scary, serious villain. Also, the main character. Also, we asked about the main character, and 73% liked the idea of the protagonist being smart, which we implemented by him wearing a suit and having certain amount of class or prestiginess in his obstacles. Through the use of multiple social networks and media sites, we were able to gain extra feedback that was not in the 10 questions designed on our survey. In fact, these other sites gave us a chance to create a poll to help us on an issue that we were divided on. For example, we designed a Twitter poll which asked, would an action spy film trailer include a voiceover or music? The answers were clear and decisive, with 100% voting on music, which we incorporated throughout the film. However, we did not completely scratch the idea of a voiceover, as we needed a clear way of including dialect and helping the audience understand the storyline, which we did through this voiceover. Also, we were able to gain feedback from YouTube itself after publishing our film, as we reviewed multiple comments praising and criticizing our film. The praising seemed to be about our clear execution of mise-en-scène and editing, which were very important in an action spy, as they are what helps the audience realize this. Comments also showed likeness towards the 2 main characters, which showed an example of the audience enjoying the content that we saw they liked prior to the creation of the trailer with our survey. A criticism given to us through YouTube was that we should have filmed the main character Adam killing off the other gang members. This was an issue which we had thought of previous while editing our film, and we would have wished we would have incorporated and would have if we were given a second chance.